Hello everyone, so again for the sake of copyright, I will be showing gameplay instead of showing clips from the show so I don't have any risk of getting a strike. Please like and subscribe or support me on Patreon, I would love to do this full time if possible. Also, before I get into it, this is a spoiler warning as I will be talking about a lot of different moments in the show. If you don't want to get spoiled, I have a timestamp that just shares my final thoughts and gives my rating of the show. If you want, you can skip to that part listed in the description. So I watched Dandadan Season 2, and it was great. The show is another great shonen that I can't wait to see what they do with. I wanted to first give my thoughts on Season 1. I thought that Season 1 was also great. The season had a lot of memorable moments that really shined through. I think that one of the best things about the show is the ability to make the more mundane and non-action parts of the show still interesting. The moments when it's just Okarun and Ayase or Momo doing relationship stuff, or Okarun wanting to work out in a little corner. There are a lot of cute little moments like that in the show that I think are looked over, but I think that those cute and cozy moments set the show apart and really allows the show for some breathing room. And I think that really helps the watcher digest the more crazy moments of the show, like when you see a mannequin with a pair of golden balls start coming alive and running on the street. And I think the show has so many wacky moments broken up by those soft moments. One of my favorite moments like that is when Momo and Okarun are just trying to find each other during a lunch break at school, and it shows like the two different perspectives of them looking for each other, ending with them on benches next to each other. It's those cute moments that allows the show to breathe between its wacky stuff. I also like that the show starts out with a bang. There's no downtime. All of a sudden they're getting cursed and abducted by aliens, and Momo turns out to have like freaky super psychic powers. It's a balls to the wall psychedelic trip and also establishes the relationship between the two right off the bat. Season 1 is a solid watch. The only complaint I really have of it is that it ends like on a really weird cliffhanger. Like, I prefer when shows or seasons feel like their own separate things and feels like it can end when it wants to, but I think it's a minor complaint, all things considered. And Season 2 starts off pretty strong, even though it's a continuation. The Evil Eye arc, I do think, does go for a tad bit too long, because like half of it is like them trying to figure out how to contain the Evil Eye. But all things considered, it's a pretty good season. I think that the Evil Eye's powers are pretty sick. He like condenses purple stuff into balls and then kicks it around like a soccer ball. He can make a house out of purple stuff. His power is very cinematic, so to speak, and I think he's a great addition to the group. I like how Okarun figures out that he's kind of like a child and that the best way to handle him is to be his playmate basically, only if he promises not to hurt anyone. I also like the contrast between Iji and the Evil Eye. Iji is all playful and carefree, and then the Evil Eye is all serious and wants to kill everyone. It makes for a great character, and again a great addition to the group. This season though had some more boring moments to it than the first one. Again, I like the more mundane moments of the show, when they are still trying to figure out the Evil Eye's quirks and like them getting up at night and going to check the water for Iji, and like Momo gets a part-time job to try and pay for the repairs for like her house, and it's a maid cafe. Those cute little moments help the show a lot. It's those smaller moments that makes the show great, and one of my favorite parts is when the Hayashi comes over to do the ceremony when they want to try and exorcise Iji. Like when they start rocking and everyone starts rocking to the sick song they're playing, and then Grandma starts rocking to it as well in the middle of the ceremony, bobbing her head up and down. I think that's such a great moment in the show and really shows how much potential this show has. I like the small arc after the Evil Eye arc as well, with the kaiju fight. The robot guy is a really funny new addition to the crew, and his funny like pose always gets me. The guy knows, you guys know the one I'm talking about. When the house changes into the giant mech and everyone is getting transported to their stations, I knew what was up. It was about to be the sickest kaiju versus robot fight ever, and boy did it deliver. The giant battle was pretty sick, and that's all I can really say. And I also do like the cliffhanger for this one. It did not feel like last season where it stopped the show like at the very beginning of an arc, which was annoying. This one felt like it stopped at the end of the mini arc and was gearing up for something more. That ending when Ayase sees the kiss and then the house explodes behind her. Pure cinema. That's another thing I liked about this season, by the way, the relationship between Momo and Okarun. It's those small moments, like when they're in the car and their hands touch, or when Momo greets Okarun in front of the school. These small moments are what makes the show something special. You can tell that a lot of the show is the relationship between the two and how that relationship develops. It does not feel like a side thing that they just decided to insert. It feels more like it's front and center, along with all the crazy stuff around it. Usually I don't like these romance things in these shonens, but because of the way it is implemented, I actually really like it in this show. I also like the soundtrack of this show. It knows just the right music to bust out for each scenario. Have a scene where the characters are running, bust out the classic running song. Need a song for those more chill moments, bust out the classical music. Have a psychedelic moment, bust out the bass and the beats. The soundtrack is varied, yet knows exactly what the tone of each moment is and helps a lot with each scene's atmosphere. Overall, this season I thought was really great. I don't think I have any complaints about the season, maybe some minor gripes, but that's about it. 9 out of 10, would highly recommend.